snack, baby? Can you see me? Hello, friends. I am bringing you along for like a productive week in my life. We just got back from our trip to California. We got back home. It had been 2 in the morning Sunday, and it is now 1:00 p.m. Tuesday. We're slowly but surely getting back into routine. Today was Josh's first day back to work. That's my first day on my own again in a couple weeks. There's just a lot of like errands we have to run. Just random things, stuff to get ready for the baby. I don't know, there's just a bunch of random stuff. Right now I'm on my way to pick up a Facebook Marketplace purchase. They're like 30 minutes away from us, so Magnus and I are heading there right now. Magnus and I woke up at like 8 when Josh was leaving for work, and then we both fell back to sleep for like at least until 11, I think it was. Maybe a little before that, but we slept a lot longer. I think all three of us are still kind of a little jet lagged. I think because we got back home so late, it made it harder too, because we slept in a ton after that. Even Magnus, which he doesn't normally do, but he even slept in. So we're all just struggling to adjust back to this time. Anyways, am I going the right way? I think so. So that's everything I got at Aldi, and it cost $67.08. We did go to Costco yesterday and spend a lot more money, but that wasn't necessarily like a weekly trip. That was more like a sort of restock of stuff. This is more of like what we'll eat within this week and next week. Some things will hopefully carry us over into next week. I mean, $67 for the week is pretty good if you ask me. Sometimes I forget about shopping at Aldi, and every time I do, I'm like, why don't I do this every single time we grocery shop? Because we save so much money. If you have an Aldi near you, you should definitely shop there if you want to save money. And I mean, I got a lot of fruit, and fruit is usually like the most expensive, not most expensive, but one of the more expensive things that really add up. And I feel like with everything else that I got, like I did really good. Also, I didn't feel like wearing my glasses today, so I wore my contacts, but anytime I wear my contacts, I wear makeup. And I didn't feel like wearing makeup today. So, and the biggest reason I like feel the need to wear makeup when I don't have my glasses is because of like my dark eyes, which I've had all my life. It's not like caused by anything. It's just the Latina in me. And every now and then I'm just like, just embrace it. So I'm sorry if I look a little scary in this video, but I'm trying to embrace the scary. But yeah, every now and then things that I'm insecure about, I try to just not care about them. And I think it keeps me in a good headspace when it comes to insecurities, because I'm like, well, I survived not caring about whatever it is I'm insecure about. I just wanted to share that. If there's something you're insecure about, just embrace it for a day. See what it does. I'm so tired. But I'm gonna put these groceries away and tidy up our kitchen a little bit. We had this unfortunate event happen with our home that we own in Kansas City. One of our friends was renting it, and then the city let us know that they've been doing taxes wrong, and to correct it, our mortgage was going up, which means we had to raise rent. And we were trying to work something out with our friends so that they could still afford to live there. But instead of like talking about it, they just decided to move out, them and their roommate. They didn't tell us until the first came around. So we've been looking for renters the last couple months. But thankfully the Lord has provided, and we found somebody to rent our home. And they're able to afford what we were hoping for. So they're moving in. They've already like paid their deposit and everything. I just have to like put together a lease for them to sign, because we didn't do that with our friend, and lesson learned. That's another thing I wanted to work on today. I am 26 weeks pregnant. Yeah, I think I'm 26 weeks pregnant now as of today. And I'm feeling it. I feel like everything I experienced with Magnus, I'm feeling a lot sooner this time around. I'm feeling very heavy and very pregnant. That's okay though. I have my belly band on, which really helps me with like my round ligament pain and my back pain. But my round ligament pain has been so much worse this time around than it was last time with Magnus. Like, it's not just like under my belly, I feel it in my pelvis now too. And it feels, yeah, it's just a lot stronger this time around. So sometimes even my belly band won't help, and so I have to take a lot of breaks if I'm moving around a lot. It does help me. Like, it keeps me from being completely destroyed at the end of the day, but it doesn't help me as much as it did with Magnus. Okay, let me do the things I've been saying I'm going to do. Just put Magnus down for a nap. It kind of took a minute. He was definitely a little overtired. So I'm just now eating lunch. I kind of wanted to chat a little bit. I've been going to therapy for the last couple months now. Something my therapist brought to my attention was the possibility of having ADHD, inattentive type. That has been a bit of a game changer. It's also been kind of hard for me to accept, and I don't know why, because I know a lot of people with ADHD, like my husband. He's more like textbook ADHD with like both hyperactive and inattentive. To me, that's what ADHD looks like, and a lot of people I know who have been diagnosed with ADHD are that type. So that's what I think of. And I feel like a lot of people talk about how overdiagnosed ADHD is. And I'm kind of a little bit of an advocate for ADHD and how real it is, because I feel like people also try to kind of discredit it and make it seem like it's not a real thing and people just are lazy or whatever. But there's so much more to it. I've like had a front row seat to it with my husband. It tends to be hereditary. So because Josh has it and he's been diagnosed since he was in 2nd grade or something, chances of our kids having ADHD are pretty high. And so when we first got married, I was just trying to learn a lot about it. Now I've been trying to learn more about inattentive type, and like I definitely think that I have it. She didn't officially diagnose me. She like asked me a bunch of questions, and basically I have like moderate ADHD and attentive type. So it's not like severe or anything. I definitely don't need medication or anything like that. My mom is a therapist, and I called her after, and it was so funny. She was like, I was actually just about to call you because she has a client whose daughter has ADHD, was recently diagnosed, and like the mom is really struggling with it. So she was like listing all of the, what do you call it, characteristics of ADHD. As my mom was reading through that to her, she was like, oh my gosh, that's Danielle, like that's my daughter. She's always kind of thought maybe I had ADHD, but it was in that moment that it like really clicked for her, and she was like, oh yeah, she definitely does. So that was a little bit more confirmation to me that I probably do. It really makes sense, especially when it comes to like trying to be productive and stuff. And part of the reason I wasn't posting for so long was I was being incredibly unproductive, at least by my standard of the word. To be fair, I was in my first trimester of pregnancy and the beginning of my second before I posted my most recent video, or like my first video after not posting for a long time. While I don't get nauseous, I do get extremely fatigued. So feeling that way and having an infant to take care of was really difficult for me. The longer things don't get done, the more and more overwhelmed I get by it, and the more like guilt I feel over not getting things done, which just like paralyzes me more to not get it done. I do have a history of anxiety and depression. Not severe, but enough to know warning signs and to be proactive about them. I could feel myself kind of starting to fall into a depression, and I was starting to get more anxiety attacks. So that's kind of what made me want to go back to therapy, and it's been super duper helpful. And knowing now that like I have a high chance of having ADHD has really made a difference, and I feel like I am finally putting together a routine that is sustainable. Part of that, I have this ADHD planner which has a coffee stain on it. But I really like this planner, and I think it's really helped me. And it comes with a Notion planner, and I have been digitally planning for a long time now, and I was really missing like a physical planner. And so with the Notion planner that it comes with, kind of changed a lot of it, or at least modified it and added things, took some things away to make it make more sense for me in my life. But I think combining that with this has really helped me. And a lot of times when we come back from vacation, it's very hard for me to get back into routine. I'll let a week or 2 weeks, sometimes even more than that, go by before I actually jump back into regularly programmed schedule. Tuesdays are our Monday, and while we've really been struggling with like energy and like sleep, at least like a normal sleep schedule, I do feel like I've been able to jump back into routine significantly easier this time around than normal. I think a big reason is because of like the new organization tools that I've been using. If you're interested in it, I'll link it down below for you, and I would share like my version of their Notion thing, but because there's still a lot about it that is from the original, so I don't really want to do that. I don't think it's fair to do that, so you know, I'll just let you look at the one that comes with the planner, and you can modify it to how you would like it. Maybe I can sort of create my own version that has less of their stuff and more kind of my own thing. I think that's all I had to share. So I'm gonna keep eating and planning and working on the lease because I haven't started yet. Hi, we are embracing the scary again today. We had a really late dinner last night. I basically just spent the rest of the day finishing the lease. and then we had dinner, and then Josh got home. So far today, I haven't done anything like productive necessarily. I really tried to get these hairs to stay down, but I couldn't do it. Magnus has been particularly clingy the last couple days. I don't think I showed it, but when we got home from the grocery store, I couldn't put everything away right away because Magnus was very distressed that I wasn't holding him. And normally he chills out, but he just was not. So I just took some time to hold him and play with him, and we went outside for a little bit, and then I put everything away. See the little hand clinging to me? This morning, it was the same thing. He didn't, I like got up to use our bathroom and he like instant started crying. And he doesn't usually get that way, or at least he'll stop after a few seconds, and he just wasn't having it. So this morning I just did nothing and played with him and held him. We ate some lunch. I planned out my day, and now we're gonna start being productive, huh, baby? Yeah, we're gonna start getting stuff done. Sorry I'm moving so much. He's moving me. We have a plan of how we want to rearrange the bedrooms in our house for when baby comes. Magnus and Josh are going to sleep in the other room. That right now is just set up to be like an office space for me, but I really rarely use it. This room, we want to set it up to be a playroom / nursery, and this will be the room that baby and I sleep in. I don't know how long that'll last. It could be until we move in February, or we could transition Magnus into his own room, and then Josh and I would sleep in here. I don't know. We haven't really thought that far ahead. We just know what we want to do for the first couple months, like in the newborn stage. We just really need to rearrange furniture, and obviously I can't do that on my own. Josh has to be the one to carry most of that weight. But what I do want to start doing is rearranging our closets. This is Atreus. Say hi, bud. Atreus and Magnus are like best friends. Anyways, so with that said, I want to start rearranging closets today, tidy up our room, and make sure everything is unpacked and put away. That's the key, is put away. And then finish editing that video. So I'm gonna get to it, even though I really don't want to. Editing, making a thumbnail and all that stuff, and I scheduled that video for this Saturday. It is my solo parenting with a 10-month-old while 17 weeks pregnant video, and that video will be out before this one, so you can go watch that if you haven't already. I filmed that video way back in June, I think at the end of June, and now it's almost the end of August. So, and I started editing it at the beginning of August, but then we were just out of town a bunch, so I just never actually finished editing it and got it uploaded. So I finally got around to it, and it's uploaded. Editing it, I can see how I was just still very all over the place and still really trying to get back into some sort of routine, but hopefully you still enjoy it. And with that said, I need to wake Magnus up from his nap. I'm gonna make something for us to eat, but I've only finished one of like my big 3 for today. I mean, the suitcases are empty, so you could say that I finished unpacking, but not everything is actually put away yet. So I'm not gonna check it until everything's actually put away. I probably won't get around to rearranging the closets today, so that'll probably be tomorrow's thing. We just had such a late start to the day since I didn't do anything this morning. I say I didn't do anything. I spent time with my baby. I prioritized cuddles and time with him over getting a task list done. So, like, I'm still getting things done, just not what I had planned for. But really, when I plan, it's more of a guide than anything. What I end up doing is what I end up doing. But anyways, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat something and wake up my baby. I basically just made dinner, ate with Magnus, and then closed our kitchen. The only thing I didn't do was sweep the floors, but my back is killing me. If anybody has a recommendation for belly bands, let me know. I'm thinking of trying out the Mom Cozy one, because it, instead of like bringing it like around from the back, you like pull it backwards and like wrap it around back to the front. So if you've tried that one and it worked for you, let me know. If you tried it and it didn't work for you, let me know. I'm also considering the ones that come with like the straps to kind of help pull up. Sometimes Josh will like come behind me and like lift up my belly for me, and it's like heaven. I love it when he does that. But I mean, obviously he can only do it for so long. It's not like we can walk around like that all day. Before the day ended, I did want to show you my shirt. It says "Make love and sandwiches." I got it at a deli in Kansas City, and I think it's the funniest shirt for me to wear while pregnant. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks that's funny. But anyways, I'm gonna turn in for the night. I will see you tomorrow. It is 4:40 p.m. I haven't really done anything today. I had my first mom's group meeting, and it went really well. I really liked the people at my table, because they assign you a table and then you're with them for the rest of the year. But I did have to get up earlier than I have been since we got back. So my energy has just been non-existent. Josh ended up closing instead of opening. And so when I got home, we hung out for a little bit before he left, and right when he was leaving is when I put Magnus down for his nap. And he slept for a couple hours, and I just watched YouTube videos and chilled during that time. And then he woke up, so I just hung out with him and haven't done anything else. So obviously there's still more to my day. Since Josh is closing, he won't be home until like 10 o'clock the earliest. But something that really helps me get into the zone is planning. It helps me, one, gather my thoughts if my mind is kind of like racing with a bunch of thoughts, or it helps my mind get thinking if I'm like stuck and can't bring myself to like think about like what to do next. Today is one of those I can't get my brain to think days, which is really frustrating. And so I just sit. I just sit and do nothing, and then I feel bad about sitting and doing nothing, which I want to say is what ADHD like paralysis is. The way that people have described it, I never really related to it, I guess. Not that I didn't relate to it, but I just always assumed that what I'm experiencing must be something different. It must just be me being lazy. It is kind of helpful to know that it like has a name and that it's something that other people experience, because then it's like, okay, well, there's a solution then. Like, it's a problem with a solution. It's not just like me. But anyways, this is what I've decided to do. I'm going to do the dishes, put away yesterday's laundry, and like fold and put away, and then start a load of laundry, and then I'm gonna finish basically tidying up what I didn't finish yesterday. So here we go. Magnus and I went to the library, as you saw, and then we went on like a little walk just around the library. I was gonna take him to a park to walk that I thought was across the street. The park that we were at in like the clip I showed you was not the park that I thought we were gonna be right next to. And the one that I was thinking about was like blocks down the road, like uphill. And I was like, I think we'll just go on a short walk around the little area that was there. I went to the library to get that book, but when I went to get a library card, they need my ID and like proof of like where I live, which I don't remember ever having to show that getting a library card, but I also haven't gotten a library card in a really long time, so I don't know. But they said that I wasn't a part of the county that library is in. I had to go to one of the libraries in that county and then come back to get like a separate kind of card with them so I could check out that book. And I specifically went to that library because they had the book, but I am a part of the county that I'm supposed to be in to get a library card there, so I was really confused. But I mean, whatever. I'll just go get the library card at the library closest to me. I was really glad that we went. I didn't show it, but we went to the kids section. There were a lot of kids in there, so I didn't want to film. It's a really cool space. I spoke to one of the front desk person in that section, and she gave me like information on story times that they do and like other cool stuff that they do. And they had like play sections for the kids, and that was really cool. So I think I'll start taking Magnus there more often. And I haven't decided what I want to work on right now, like what I'm physically able to do right now, but Magnus really just wanted cuddles with Mama. I decided I'm gonna rearrange the closet, or at least start to like get that process started. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started now. Also, here's the bump. I don't know if you can, how well you can see it. Finished. I'm pooped. I'm so tired. Let me show you what I did. That is a pile of clothes I'm gonna donate. This is all stuff that is either going in a different closet, or I'm waiting until we move certain pieces of furniture around so that I can set this either in there or on there. Here, I moved these trunks that have different stuff in them. You saw what was in that one. It was like holiday stuff. This one has like extra clothes, not extra, but either sentimental clothes that I'm storing and don't want to give away, but I also don't really wear. And I think that's all that's in there, actually. It's not a ton. I split up my shoes and then Magnus's shoes. Josh's shoes are in here for now until we move his clothes around. I put baby stuff up there. This is staying in there because it's mostly my backpacks and bags, so I think it'll be fine right here. Obviously, we have a lot of room to store things up here. I just don't know what we're gonna store there just yet, because this obviously fits up there, but I don't want it to go up there. Possibility. Back there, I have a bunch of like extra baby clothes, different sizes. Some are future, like big sizes for Magnus, and some of them are smaller sizes for baby boy number 2 that I need to go through and organize. And we have a bin of more clothes of other sizes in the other closet, and that will probably move in here. What I'm thinking is that dresser that's right there will go here. That's not gonna stay there. Honestly, the suitcases, that's obviously the bouncer's gonna come out eventually when the baby's here. But the suitcases probably won't stay in that corner. It depends on how the dresser fits in here. So that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. So I'm actually going to end the video here, bless you, because it's Sunday. So what you just saw was from Friday, and yesterday on Saturday we ended up driving to have lunch with Josh, and so that took up like most of our day. And I did stop by the library again to, well, I stopped by the library that's in my county, got a library card there, and then went to the other library that had the book that I wanted to check out, and was able to get a library card with them so that I could check that book out. It was a really silly thing, but it's fine. I was able to get the book that I wanted. We did that on our way back home, and then it was already like 5:30ish once we got back, and so I just decided not to do anything around the house at that point, or anything else really. So yeah, I'm just gonna end the video here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.